Hi guys, it's Cabal, TGN, and in this video we're going to cover the 5.2 changes to mages. So we're going to go ahead and start off by taking a look at the changes to the arcane tree. They nerfed our arcane blast just a little bit by increasing its mana cost, and they also changed the way that arcane charge works. Arcane charge now stacks up to 4 times, this is down from 6 in 5.1. And they also adjusted the mana cost and damage of arcane charge. There are a handful of changes to fire as well. They made Scorch available to all fire mages, it's no longer a talent. Blazing Speed is now a level 15 talent, and it replaces Scorch. Let's now move on to the Frost Tree changes. They slightly nerfed our Fingers of Frost proc chance. It was 15% in 5.1, now it's going to be 12%. They slightly buffed our Glyph of Ice Lance. It now deals 50% damage. This is up from 40% in 5.1. They changed our Frostbolt just a little bit. It deals a little bit more damage, but it no longer has the stacking damage effect that it used to have. They changed our Pet's Freeze spell just a little bit. Now it doesn't deal damage, and it only grants us a stack of Fingers of Frost if it actually lands. Let's take a look at some of the buffs. As you can see right now, we have a table that shows the various spells that have been buffed. They reduced the cooldowns on Greater Invisibility and Ice Flows, and they slightly buffed the damage that our mirror images do when they cast Frostbolt. Let's now move on to some of the more substantial changes. They changed our invocation talent quite a bit. As you can see, the cast time is a lot shorter, so it's a little bit more practical. Also, the buff duration has been increased to a minute. This is up from 45 seconds. But the biggest problem, obviously, is that they cut the damage bonus in half. It used to be 30% in 5.1, now it's 15%. I'm really curious to see what impact this will have on our DPS going into 5.2. They gave us a new level 30 talent called Flame Glow. It is a passive damage mitigation talent that absorbs damage. This talent might have some useful applications in PvP. They made a pretty interesting change to how Presence of Mind works with Ring of Frost. We can now use Presence of Mind to cast Ring of Frost as an instant cast spell. And the last change that they made was the change to our Glyph of Fire Blast. Back in 5.1, the Glyph of Fire Blast used to cause our Frost Bomb to explode, so it would allow us to control that very powerful 3-second movement speed debuff. So it was very useful for kiting. In 5.2, they've changed it so now all it does is spread dots. So that's a little bit of a loss. I spent just a little while on a target dummy testing my DPS in 5.1, and then I switched over to 5.2 to see if there was a very noticeable difference. And it fluctuated so much that I just really couldn't tell. So I'm really curious to see what the simulations are going to say once 5.2 goes live. And that wraps up this video. Thanks for watching.